common theme right now is bank volatility is creating a lot of instability in the marketplace. We do have the hope that the Fed is going to pause on the interest rate increases coming in towards the end of this month. That's why we're seeing the market behaving a little bit erratically. We get comments from good old Larry suggesting, and Larry is the CEO of BlackRock, and he's suggesting that it's too early to assume that a collapse is coming, but there may be more closures coming in. There may be more banks that might actually go under. And he summarized it clearly in this little comment right here. He said it's a classic asset liability mismatch. Okay, that's why these banks are all going under. It means that a bank does not have enough readily available assets to sell to match the value of deposits. Now that brings me over to the FDIC. Well, who is the FDIC? The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation is an independent government agency. And what they do, instead, they provide insurance for customers' deposits. Now, let me draw your attention to something. In 2021, the statistics are showing, and this is a report, right in front of you. Their fund balance is 125.5 billion. But they've insured deposits of nearly 9.9 trillion. So let's just go back to Larry's comment. Classic asset liability mismatch. We go over to this sheet and it shows us that fund balance is 125 billion and insured deposits are 9.9 trillion. So hold on a second. If this goes, what does that mean? Let that sink in your mind. Blackstone just recently acquired Ancestry.com for $4.7 billion. Why on earth is Blackstone buying Ancestry.com? Well, Blackstone is separate to BlackRock, but it's pretty much got the same guys running the show. Okay? Now, the motivation for it is they see a gap in the marketplace suggesting that family tree tracing as well as personalized medicine seems to be something of the future. So how do we make money from that? Well, let's just go and have a look at some of the biggest players in the medical sector. Pfizer right there, we know it's the top heavy player. Market cap of $226 billion. Now we know BlackRock holds a significant amount of shares in this company. All you need to do now is have a look at companies within this sector that might actually do well if Blackstone applies a certain strategy once they've acquired fully Ancestry.com. Quite simply put, they've now got data to millions of people. Okay? Personalized medicine. Okay, whatever you want to see it as, take what you can from it. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Maybe, maybe not. But why is it such a big bet? Something's brewing. So that only leads me over to companies inside the medical sector. Now just check this out. Protagonist Therapeutics shooting up. Look at this bad boy right here. Big accumulation right there. Someone's brought this bad boy. Are these the guys that are going to be involved in this whole story of Blackstone picking up Ancestry.com? Because think about it, they've just picked up a ton load of data on people. What about Novo? What do these guys do? Medical ethical drugs. Going up. Let's have a look at another company. Merck develops prescription drugs in areas of diabetes, obesity, respiratory, cardiovascular in women's health. So you've got Ancestry.com, which is filled with millions of women that may disclose this information and they can work out maybe personalized medicines from that information. What, you don't think this company is going to take their cue on that? Look at the share price, $107, moving up. The market looks like it's going to collapse, bruv, and these bad boys are doing well. It's all about inside information or just simply putting two and two together. Final company, Takadam Farm, going up. Have a look at what these guys do. Treat GI diseases, cancer, neurological, psychiatric diseases, hypertension, and vaccines. Wait a second. Personalized medicine. Genetic health risks with tests sent to their home. I'll let that one play on your minds. The Credit Suisse story. The Credit Suisse story. They believe that it's going to default on its debt. And that's a big problem. Another bank, which is consistent with Larry's notion that it's going to lead to a domino effect. Now, there's two ways you can see this. These banks, if they do default, someone's going to step in to save them. That means the share price is naturally going to come tumbling down. If we actually go over to the share price of Credit Suisse right now, you can see that it's taken $2.16. You know, back in the day, when was this bad boy priced at? This was like nearly $60 a share at its heyday. But you can see it's taken an absolute nosedive. Funds only own 1% of it. It looks like it's pretty much going to the bin if it doesn't get saved. But if it does get saved, you can bank on the fact that this bad boy is going to shoot back up if they do get saved. Which leads me over to something else. Do you remember Charles Schwab? Charles Schwab itself didn't really get a good... It dropped 25%, and that was really bad. All of a sudden, this bad boy has shot back up. Let's have a look at who's been buying this bad boy. The latest purchases of stock on this Open Insider website has shown that someone has purchased 81,000 shares at $58 a share. Okay? Value of $4.7 million buying up Charles Schwab. So it's either a bank run in the sense that they're just trying to get it on the cheap, but they brought it inside of here. So that's a good sign, isn't it? But if the general marketplace itself is looking like it's going to roll over, then we have ourselves a bit of a problem. He might be in a bit of a drawdown, but if you're buying $4.5 million worth of shares of a company, then clearly cash flow ain't an issue and you can absorb a loss. Which leads me to something else. Have any of you heard of the Ides of March from a good old Shakespearean play? You know, Julius Caesar was stabbed by his brother in the back. Now, they associate the Ides of March, and the Ides means the middle, okay? What day are we on? We're on the 15th of March, okay? And we can usually associate this with negativity. However, it's usually a time where you settle your debts. Julius Caesar, his brother stabbed him, settled any indifferences, got rid of him, done. Settle your debts, Credit Suisse, the government, bailout, settle your debts. You're getting the idea now, okay? I just thought I'd put that there for you guys to have a little ponder on the Ides of March, okay?